Okay, cool. I thought we were waiting on something else. All right. So as of last time, the two of you who were in ISI saw the person come in, hold a gun to the head of the ISI instructor, pull the trigger, and suddenly you were in a large, like a version of the school that's a lot of it sort of made out of hedge. Things itself were a little bit different. You could see through parts of the wall where things had cracked, a bit ruins-like. Other parts of it had essentially almost become consumed with vegetation to the point that seems it might be all it is. You two were there, and then basically across the auditorium, or the cafetorium rather, across the cafetorium was I guess auditorium in this place, and then the cafeteria right next to it. You had in the bathroom, you had Oren in there washing his hands when everything changed.
Me, Colton.
Oh, Colton.
Wyatt.
Oh, that's right, Colton. I can remember who was in that one.
It's all good.
All right. So all this has happened. So we have Lexa and Oren. You are in ISI. Colton, you are in the bathroom. There's no one else around that either of you can see.
I think what happened was Ivy fell out of her chair screaming, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, wasn't like the mirror doing some weird shit with me, like showing like weird pictures of things?
Right this second I do not recall. It's
all right.
Let's say you saw some strangeness.
Yeah, I saw some strangeness.
Like, oh no, yeah, that's right. Yeah, you looked in the mirror; it would almost look like an infinity mirror, but
right.
you saw like a number of different views, and like no one in the mirror was doing the same thing,
right?
And wasn't always the same person. A lot of it was you, but a lot of it could be other people as well.
Yeah, I think Ivy gets up and looks out the window. What? So you said outside the window was like lots of hedge?
Yeah, I mean, you can see like there's this giant. I mean, if you've seen the movie Labyrinth, it's in these giant hedge maze, but they go up probably 13, 14 feet. You can't see the sun, but there is sort of a dusky light.
Is the bathroom door still there?
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave the bathroom. Just like, what the fuck? Okay.
Yeah.
Blood rush to my head.
Yeah, as you leave the bathroom, and again, like there seems to be vegetation and vines and such have kind of grown over the cafeteria. It's reaching all through the place. There's bits of it that look like ruins, like the pillars that go all the way up to the ceiling. Some of them are broken off halfway through. I mean, it's a mix of Roman ruin and your school. And there's, as far as you can tell, there is no one else around.
I think Ivy like starts backing up and it's like, no, this is fucking. What the fuck is? No, fuck this. I'm out. And she goes to the door and like sort of bursts into the corridor.
Okay. So, and Oren, what are you doing?
Like, he's been taking this all in. He's pulling out a phone to see if there's any reception.
Yeah. At this point, like, there is. Like, it appears you have full bars.
I'm gonna call the vice president.
Okay. And, like, you put it up to your ear, and. Oops, what did I hit? You hear. All you can kind of hear through it is her whispers. It's like it's very hard to make out. But as you're sort of listening, what the hell is she actually saying? you get the whole thing like not good enough, not like everybody else. Sister will drag me down. Like all these tiny whispers before it hangs up.
Right then. He's gonna put the phone back and try to start navigating his way out.
Okay.
Maybe follow the punk who already escaped here.
Okay, let's do some kick. Yeah, so Lex, as you burst out, like Ivy kind of burst out into the same thing. Though you do see, it's Colton's character Wyatt, sort of standing kind of outside the bathrooms, looking around as well.
Great. Have you seen the ISS teacher? Consultant. I always forget their technical title.
Have I? So you're seeing this?
Yes.
No. What the fuck is going on?
No clue. But at the moment, there's no active reason to worry.
No active
no,
reason? Are you fucking insane?
There's only reason to doubt and to work and to worry with things you can change. Unless
I'm going
either
on
of you-
Twitter. I'm going on
Yeah,
Twitter.
I'm pulling out my phone as well at the same. I'm texting.
Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah. So when you pull up your phone and look on Twitter, you have 0 friends on there. No, actually, I would say the one thing you do see is what's the name of your persona?
Ariel.
Yeah, it's just Ariel's like the only friend you have on there, and just as a message says I'm waiting for you.
Is anyone else's phone fucked up? My phone's kind of fucked up.
I go to WhatsApp and try to text. Fucking what?
Sienna.
Yeah, Sienna.
Okay. And as you start typing on it, and also real quick, what did we decided for how you activate the personas? Was it the gun to the forehead, or the weapon?
Let's not do that.
Okay. Oh, sure. Sorry.
It's okay. I think we had in the notes for the game.
It's like an inducer of some sort, but I think we left it kind of open.
Well, we've decided blah 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 blah. Twitter with only subtweets. What a good. Persona something to get in. Find the fetch and shoot it with the gun-shaped inducer, but nothing about actually taking out a persona.
Okay. Well, I think we can probably do something like Persona 5, where it's like that ripping off the mask for the first time.
Yeah.
And then it's
yeah.
there. Yeah. So as you're looking at you're trying to, who are you trying to tweet, Ivy, or to WeChat on?
To Sienna.
Okay. Is it Marchesa? That's the name of your persona.
Did I come up with a name for my persona?
I didn't know.
It's not that cool lady.
Oh, that cool lady. I guess sure.
Yeah, 'cause in Persona 5, his is it's a literary thief. Is the name of his. Yeah. So yeah, if it's Marchesa Luisa Casati, which you've never heard of, is like as you kind of this goes into the void, and then it just boom, pull off your mask. I'm waiting.
No. I'm fucking sleeping, or someone slipped me something or something. This is not fucking real right now.
And these, I would say one thing you notice, Oren. You notice on the two of them when they go to their phones, as they go on their phones, there's just this mask that sort of appears on like almost like a what do they call like the little like the Robin mask, the The
A
domino mask?
masquerade.
Yeah, yeah, one of those small ones like appears on their face.
I'm gonna flip out my own phone and flip to like the forward-facing camera.
Yeah, and you see it on you see one on yours as well.
I'm gonna reach up and slowly try to like stick my fingers underneath it or like see if I can feel it on my own face.
Yeah, it almost feels like it's stuck kind of close, and while you're sort of doing this and the other two you're on the phone, you hear a
So there's an alien aboard.
It's telepathing with us.
why won't you go home with me?
So like I think I finally look up her phone. Like, where the fuck did you get that? What the fuck is going on?
I think I'm still trying to like pry this thing off.
Okay.
Is
This is
it
control
stuck on you?
And we'll say like, at that point where you're seeing him like reach in and just like it hurts for a moment, but then you know like right before it kind of comes off, you see these three, like spiders that are roughly the size of a Great Dane, fall from the ceiling and kind of land in a crouch on their way like basically on their way towards you. At which point, when you pull off the mask, all of you see just something almost explode. I guess, do you want to describe for me what the transformation is like, or what happens when you pull it off?
It's not fire, it's not an explosion. As the mask comes off, it's slow but nearly instant. As the body is enveloped in reflections, in sharp angles, as if every inch of skin and cloth has become a blade in of itself. And as the mask comes away, eyes shining bright, the blades move up. Sarah's now dressed in a rather long flowing coat and sleeves rolled to show bloodied gloves. Behind him, a being of, sharp angles, lights, and bright, brilliant eyes stands.
And what does its voice sound like? Or what personality-wise, what's it like?
Sanson is higher class. This thing was a noble, Sanson was a noble. He was a noble who knew his lot in life and his goal. He was pragmatic. He was simple. He knew what his task was, and he was willing to serve the Lord who gave him shelter.
And then, kind of loudly, "Beasts of the Fae approach. We shall see them fall before us."
Do we all hear that?
All of you do.
I think I'm just falling on my ass.
Yeah,
Just, like, in terror.
I think she's slowly backing up. Mostly, but yeah, no, I think she, and then she hears, fucking names. Hold on.
Well, I'll say before that, let's go ahead. Yeah, those the three spiders are coming your way. What do you do?
I think if I've got kind of like a grasp on how this works,
Mm-hmm.
or like if just the persona emerging is enough to understand how it functions, the first thing he's going to do is immediately pump the aura.
Okay, so it sounds like a defense.
Yeah.
Wait,
Orin, also please tell me what your fake clothes look like in this transformation. Is it just all that blade stuff?
Like, I imagine it's kind of like I'm trying to imagine like an executioner's outfit, which is probably the kind of thing that has it has long leather boots, it has long leather gloves, they're probably black, they're probably crudely stitched, maybe maybe spotted with blood. The sleeves are rolled up as this is a working system, but it's still the nearly spotless white greatcoat. It somehow shows this kind of dynamic contrast between dirty hands and feet and deeds, and yet the purity of motive.
Okay. So this looks like you go into full-on defend.
Yep.
All right. So what you want to do? Yeah, when you are your target, you're defending would next lose health before your next turn. Reduce that amount by your defend result. If you are the target, are defending or not attacked, it ends up being wasted. So what you want to go ahead and do is look through your. So you get it's in green status right now.
Okay.
Bullseye on the green. Let me go back to the right level. It's in green status right now.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll take your green status die, one of your qualities and one of your powers.
Okay. Quality for. Okay, got my 3 die.
Okay, and I can't remember. Is your green die is your green power a defensive power?
If attacked in melee range, I get to defend.
Okay, so yeah, that's if they get into melee, which as they're coming closer. Yeah, so once you go ahead, roll all 3.
All 3. 2, 6, 1.
Okay, so you take your mid die, which in this case is a 6. So I can put here. What? Defend 6. So you'll basically have any damage that comes your way will be taken off. I'm going to go ahead and have them take the next turn. They usually do the thing where you get to switch it back and forth. But partly you'll see how this ends up working. Mm-hmm. So they're going to hand it off. What I'm going to do is I'm going to roll 3 dice and remove these. These are minions. So the way minions work, each one of them has a die. In this case, the first one, as one of them kind of gets in, it starts spitting poison your way, not necessarily to strike you, but more to get you moving, to basically give like cover fire for the one coming in. The second one is attempting to hinder you as it raises up and then shoots webbing towards you, while the third one is like coming in for the attack. So, whoops, I will roll my dice. Okay, so for the first one, this one is boosting the attack bot with a 6. So if you look over at the bottom where it says booster hinder, that particular one now has a, with a 6, it's got a +2, which would be good because it didn't roll for shit. The one that's trying to hinder you has got a 4. So if you want to make, so you get some of the webbing, kind of wraps around your legs and catches you briefly in that area. And I'll make a note here. Saris hinder -2 for this turn, and the other one comes at you and it's going in close combat and it's trying to bite you as these things are holding you back. It gets a +2 because of what I rolled before. It rolled a 1, which means it would do 3 damage, but your defense means it actually does no damage, and you would still have 3 if something else were to attack you this turn. But when you're attacked in close combat, you get to roll defend with which?
Probably it'd be the melee skill because it sure is an eye for an eye.
Well, those are usually going to be will be powers.
Oh, then it's Blades of Judgment.
Okay, so yeah, because what did we say to write down for that defensive power? It's defend with.
I think so.
Okay. So if defend with would probably be the oppressive aura would probably make more sense there if you're defending and not attacking.
Okay. Then I'll switch to that one then.
Okay, so go ahead. You just roll that 1 die.
I got a 7.
Okay, which means what happens is you basically absorb 7 points of damage. So you defend on that one. Your defense is now, you have a total of 10 you can defend with. They will pass it off to Ivy. About the same time, you notice 3 more are rushing towards you from out of the room you were just recently in.
Yeah, I think she's backing up because spiders ew. And she like hears Wyatt like fall on his ass. So she looks at him and notices that he has a mask on too.
Mm-hmm.
And so she like reaches up and touches her face and notices that she has a mask.
And you definitely saw Saris rip his off.
Yeah. And then she like the words on her phone were like rip it off or take it off, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I think she like just grasps onto it and just sort of like pulls.
And it searing pain for a moment. Then you want to describe what happens when you pull it off?
When she rips it off, it's for her it is just fucking like a firebomb went off. She's just engulfed in flame, and then
Mm-hmm.
like as like the blast sort of like dissipates, there's just like this tall like gout of just flame burning where she was. After a few moments, like I think it goes burning, like goes from orange to like pure white, and as it's like burns out, like it shows her, and like all her clothes are burned away, and fuck, what were they called? What are the suits called in Evangelion?
Plug suits?
Plug suits. That's it. So there's like kind of like a pure white like plug suit on. Um, even her skin is like whiter than it was, like paler than it was, like to almost match the color of the suit. Um, as she stands there, um, oh, this is a bit extra. Like a big long black coat sort of like floats down from above her and just settles on her shoulders.
It's anime time stop transformation.
Yeah, right. um, then she feels like a nudge behind her, almost like yeah, like her persona like swoops down and sort of like takes her legs out, right? So like she like falls down, but she's like caught, and so she's like sat on the persona and lifted up.
Yeah, so you're just kind of hanging out on the persona.
Yeah.
It's just like, hey,
Yeah, I'm sat on the persona.
hey, y'all.
As
Okay,
it's,
yeah.
like, floating and doing its thing.
Yeah, so you're up on it, and what do you do while these 3 spiders are rushing your way?
Let me have a look at what I got. So we're in green right now.
Yep.
Cool. Yeah. Instead of using an ability, I think I just point at one of them, and like fucking like cannons come out of like the persona's mouths and just start fucking firing.
Okay, so if you want to go ahead and make your roll, so your roll is going to be, is that was shock? No, shock and awe was one of your powers.
That's yeah.
Basically,
it's explosive firepower.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then ranged combat, and then green roll. Oof.
Damn.
So, do I just add all of them together? What is it?
Well,
just...
the thing is, unless you got a power that goes in right now, you use your mid die, which is a 5 for you.
Oh, I see.
So the standard is you take the mid die. Your powers will like the abilities will change that up. So maybe like for you do this sort of thing, you use your max die for this, or you do something along those lines.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
so-
no, I'll just use my mid die then.
Okay, so this will be a 5. So what I'll do here is, so you have a 5 total. Now they have to make a roll dice. So the one you strikes makes what's called a minion save. So I roll this. If I roll above your 5, it gets knocked down a die. If it is below, double check. Yeah, minions. I have to guess roll 6. Roll all die. Oh, okay. So yeah,
Oh Jesus!
the one that you hit goes down to a D4. That's 664 at the bottom. I believe these are the ones that are coming after you. Those are die sizes.
Okay.
So that one is now at a D4, and the other two are still at a D6. So when it rolls to do stuff, it'll roll at the D6. These ones do kind of the same thing on their way up. As it hits, one of them again gets back and just like launches poison your way, while the other one's the one that you hit, it tries to throw some webbing, and the third one rushes in to try to attack you. It's almost trying to crawl up the thing and then bite onto you.
Cool.
So for these two, so we got a 2 on the one who is trying to check this. 2 on the one that's trying to boost, so that'll be a +1 to the end, which will be 2 points of damage. A 6, however, on the hinder, as you're caught up in some of the webbing. If you want to make a note, you will have I have a -2 hinder. So basically, next turn you've got a -2
Jesus.
on the roll as the webbings hit you, and the other one goes and like sinks in its claws for a total of 3 points of damage because of the +2 from the boost.
That gets to that minus is 1 because I'm armored.
They'll do 2 points of damage.
Yeah, I'll do 2 points. So.
Oh shoot! One thing I forgot: your hinders are actually both at a gets another 1 because that's part of the ability of the spiders.
So I'm at -3.
That'll be on your next then for the next roll you make. This is like hinders and boosts make a huge difference.
Yeah.
And then we'll hand it off to Colton.
Yeah, so I think seeing these two other people rip off these weird fucking masks around their face, and then they're doing shit, I like reach up tentatively and I feel it, and I think it's a lot more gentler than like pulling off that they were doing, and like it's like this weird like soothing like exhaling a sigh feeling, and the transformation is like very magical girl in like a different liminal space, where we see Wyatt falling, and very much, you know, like the viewers would see it as like the hanged man pose as they're falling, and as they do, their like clothes all start shimmering in this like opalescent, glittering, reflective surface, and slowly, as it like comes up their legs and up to their chest and all around, it's I'm just gonna post a reference image into the Discord, but I'll describe it too.
Okay.
But like very like stockings that go all the way up, like a skirt, and then like this like layered like there's like a shirt, and then over the shirt is a jacket, and over like both of that is like this weird like shoulder cape thing, and this like lace like thick ribbon bow in the front, and like weird like ribbons just in places, and then over all of that in the back is this large shimmering opalescent cape, and that is Ariel, their persona. And so Ariel detaches from my clothing and is like hovering, and it's like this just like this piece of beautiful opalescent cloth, but it takes this vaguely humanoid form in the air that is like hovering on.
Okay. Yeah. So what do you do? In this case, there are none coming towards you, but they both have got the 3 coming after them.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like Ivy's a little bit more pinned down. It sounded like, so I think, can I defend other people or only myself?
You can defend other people.
Yeah, then I think I want to, like, oh, I also forgot a very important detail. I have fucking, like, the, like little wolf ears and, like, a tiny wolf tail sticking out that I do not notice.
Hey, what's that behind you? Wait, what? What are you...
Yeah, no, like, extremely anime, like, on the ears on top sort of thing. Oh, it's great. I love it. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna just like yell out like Ivy, and like I think as like maybe the spider is coming down to bite, just Ariel swoops in and like gets in the way and like wraps around its face. So I will roll with I think this is actually rolling take the hit. So I defend with momentum absorption because I'm trying to like absorb the force of this spider reaching down to bite it. So I get to roll a d8 for can I clear the dice?
Yeah.
All right, remove all dice. D8 for momentum absorption. I get to roll I guess if anything this is showing off.
Tail wagging.
Unbeknownst, and then D8 for status. Okay, roll all dice. There we go. That's what you like to see. So with take the hit, I defend with momentum absorption. I use the max die, and I boost with the min die.
Okay, so you defend with which?
I defend with momentum absorption. So I defend. Oh, use the max die.
So that's
so I defend with an 8.
Okay, so Ivy, you now have an 8 defense, which will last until your next turn, and then you do what with the other ones?
I boost with my min die, so I boost myself because I'm getting the like momentum.
Yep, you will have
stored momentum.
You'll have a +2.
Okay. Is there a place to mark?
I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the sticky notes.
Sticky notes
at the bottom of the Cortexatron.
Oh, sticky notes. Cool. All right, yeah, I think as it happens, like I feel this weird surge of energy in my body.
Yeah, there's just a weird kind of surge as far as what's going on.
Yeah, like my legs are jiggling.
Yep. Also, I think I realized we did one thing wrong with Wyatt. Or not with Saris. Oh, that should be Saris defend at 10. On the when you roll defend, you don't just roll the 1 die, you roll it like normal, okay. And then take the middle like you normally would. We'll keep it the 10 here though, because I was thinking going like, Jesus, that can make you easily practically invincible with a decent roll. But yeah, if you roll all 3 and take the mid, yeah, we'll use a 10 here. So at this point, who do you want to hand it off to? Wyatt. You also, it's the beginning of a new turn. You can also hand it off to yourself.
I mean, since I already have this momentum boost, I think it'd be very nice to punch a spider.
Okay. One of the ones after Ivy, or one of the ones after Saris?
So Saris is not currently like pinned down the same way Ivy is, right?
Saris is in pretty good shape right now. I mean,
yeah,
they're coming after him, but that's like, his aura is like,
whereas a spider is like
you're entering melee range with a garbage disposal.
Whereas I'm guessing like Ivy is yelled at in pain. I'm guessing like Ivy got hurt. So yeah,
struggling against this web.
So I think it's almost accidental that like I try to just like get up and I find myself just leaping forward and just like fist out, trying to knock this spider off you. So I have a yeah, kind of cartoonishly. Let me keep these results. Or do we need to, or no?
No, we don't need to keep the results.
All right, so then, how does this +2 boost? It applies after the fact, right?
Yeah, so after the fact, you add 2.
All right, so this is using my momentum absorption. I'm spelling that, so that's a D8, and then another show off D8, and then a D8 for status. All right, roll all dice. Whew, there we go. All right. So you said you use your mid die normally?
Yep.
All right, so that's a 6 and then +2 boost, so 8.
Okay, so that is not going to be able to do a minion save against you.
Yeah.
So the one of the ones that's kind of going after Ivy you'll take that one out. I'm gonna go take one of the 6s and not the one with the 4, because I'm assuming that's what you go after.
Yeah.
Actually, let me just do this real quick. I'm going to remove a couple of these because I went ahead and just made a quick defense hinder boost for each Saris, Ivy, and Wyatt. that we can kind of keep there. Anytime I hit remove, it goes back to new note, so we can just kind of alter it as necessary.
Mm.
All right, who do you want to hand off initiative to?
I think I'll hand it off to Saris.
Saris.
So I'm tied down. If any of these guys made the bad decision to become in melee range,
Oh, that one that you you defend that let you defend was in melee range. So that thing is like right on top of you and close. The other two are a little bit are get spitting distance, quite literally.
yeah, I'm gonna have Sanson bring the blades down on it.
All right, make your roll as you just remove the dice.
The dice. Okay, that's. And we're still in green because I haven't taken any damage. Three, 6, 10.
All right, that's 6, which it actually cannot get higher than. So the one near you, it just kind of like cuts directly through it and slices through this like steaming green ichor, hits the ground, and the stench that hit your nostrils is pretty strong right at first. Like the smell is maybe one of the most visceral things to hit you so far, just because there's a reality to that thing coming into your nostrils that even the webbing has not quite gotten you with. So yeah, that sucker is gone as the other one starts to rush in. Who do you want to hand it off to? We have the spiders, or we have Ivy.
Let's give it to Ivy, and the spiders can have their turn. I'd like to add there's just a little ethereal clicking noise as the spectral guillotine winds itself back up into non-existence.
Oh shoot! Sorry, the one thing we forgot. So you had the 6 on there. Was your mid? Let me actually roll for it because you still had the -3 hinder. So your hinder is going to go away, but that does mean it has an opportunity. If I roll a 4, 5, or 6, it actually goes down 1 instead of 4. Okay, so yeah, I'm sorry. It's not quite dead yet, but it has been hurt pretty bad.
More than fine.
Okay, so Ivy,
Um,
you got the one directly on you. And then there's another one that was a little further back, spitting some stuff.
yeah, I think she's like frustrated trying to get this webbing off, and she just like growls and just sort of waves her hand across for like from left to right, and then like the persona and all like the little like ball mouth things as well all just get like a obscene amount of like little cannons on them, and they just start sort of raining fire as it just like does suppressing fire on everything in sight.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll. Is this one of the ones you have that lets you hit
It
a...
hinders all enemies with medium die.
Okay. And is it just a regular hinder, or does it also do damage?
No, it's just hinder all damage.
Oh, so just hindering? Okay, yeah. So, if you want to go ahead and roll, you'll have a -3 because you are hindered from the webbing. Oh, let me remove the dice. Or the die.
So middle 5.
It was 8, so 5. That'll be a -2. Remove this. Make a note they are hindered at a -2 on their next. This also means your hindrance goes away on this turn. Okay, so the only one to hand it off to at this point are the spiders themselves.
Can I not? Can I just...
Well, nice thing is since they're both hindered, the two of them that are on well, there's one of them sort of on Ivy, and the other one sort of turns and starts trying to attack Wyatt. So Wyatt, you've got the D4 one trying to hit you, and then the Ivy, you've got the one with the D6. They both have -2 to their rolls. Okay, so those two attacks, we have got 2 points coming to Wyatt and 3 points on Ivy.
Okay.
As those things just kind of struggle and are biting on you, the one's leaping up on Wyatt, while the one with Ivy is just trying to like gnaw its way through you. They're going to hand it back off to the ones with Saris right now.
Just clarify, I blocked all of that, right? Because of that buff I got.
Oh yeah. Yeah, your defend was. Oops. Yeah, your defend was 8. Yeah, so you actually don't take that damage. Oh, actually, no. I'm sorry. You actually would, because those go away. Those go away at the beginning of your next turn, or rather after your next turn. When you've gone again, those just last in between.
Oh.
So since these went after you, like it almost would have been better to hand it off to the spiders first, so that you'd have had that defense.
I see. So it doesn't last a round; it just lasts between our goes in a round.
Yeah. So let me double check.
Quiet, then the spiders, then
Yeah.
Ivy.
When you or the target you're defending would next lose health before your next turn. Or actually, yeah, reduce the amount taken by your defend result. If you or the target you're defending are not attacked before your next turn, it's wasted.
I see. So how much did I take?
3.
3. Is that including the -1?
That because it was a 5 originally.
So -2 because of the hinder.
Oh, and then you have a 1 because of your
Then I get
plating.
the -1.
Yeah. So yeah, just the 2. Okay, so for Saris, you have no hinders or such on you, and or boosts right now. Your defense at this place is reset. Though the one that's an attack you, and we'll create one here in just a moment. So once again, you've got the one of them webbing you, the other one's the one that's webbing you is like leaping to the side. It's coming at you quick, trying to actually maybe stick you down entirely. And the other one is basically trying to keep you from moving too much as you are being attacked with just like the poison spit going right over your head. So in that case, it's got a boost of 1, which will make that a 4. You'll have a hinder of 2. And let me... So the hinder of 2 on yours is coming at you, and it's essentially like you're being bit for 4, but now you get to roll to see about your defend, which will be at a -2 when you roll.
Okay. 6.
Okay, 5-4, and what did I say was the damage on the one you just got before? I think it was, what, 4?
I don't remember. But...
Oh. Actually, I guess it would be your middle. You're 5, 4, 3, so you'll take 1 point of damage.
Okay.
And they hand it back off to the other group of spiders, because...
Spiders.
So yeah, this will be both for Ivy and... they're hindered by 2. That'll actually be gone by now, because that was what they had last time. So both of you are still struggling with the spiders that are with you. Yeah, the one's going to just kind of gnaw on the armor plating without actually hurting you, Ivy, because it's got the 1. But we do have on Wyatt, you've got 4 points that you're going to take.
Dang. Hey, yellow zone, everyone. Oh, just kidding. I'm so close. I'm 1 away from yellow. Did
And
my
actually,
math wrong.
yeah, since the one turn it ended, the environment kind of goes. In this case, the is now on the green zone, or it's still on the green zone, but it's on the second one, so it hasn't moved all the way to yellow yet. Then why don't they go ahead and hand it to? I'll go ahead and hand it to Wyatt on that one. So there'll be 1 more spider thing left to go.
All right. Then I think the ones that have just been attacking me, I'm going to like they're all like scuttling around and stuff. And I think this is when my other power kicks in, the misdirection, and it's like this weird, the opalescence of Ariel, like kicks up a notch, and it's just like shimmers around one of the spiders, and all of a sudden it's just leaping at one of its allies instead of at me. So I defend with misdirection. So let me do that. So that is a D10, and then D8, D8. Roll all dice. I use the mid die, so that's a 6. And then I attack with the minimum. So good old 1 on them.
And I think,
So
this is your first roll since. You actually have a boost of 2.
No, the boost of 2 went to the damage I did.
Oh, okay.
I did an attack roll.
Okay.
After that for the second round.
So what have you just done with them? So
this is I defend with the mid die here with misdirection. So I have a 6 defend, and then I get to attack with the minimum die.
So that which the just don't roll a 1. Or actually, wait, let me check one thing real quick. So I think if they've got a D4, they're just out if they have to make a roll.
Oh, funny.
I have that on the right page. Yep, does not get a minion save at D4. And what was your defend again?
6.
Okay. So Wyatt, your defend is 6. And yeah, you kind of just it will take out the one that was left. As it goes sort of skittering and then it crashes into one of the pillars. And it's like you hear something crunch.
Love to crunch a spider.
Mm-hmm. All right, who do you want to hand it off to?
So are there any on Ivy still, or no?
There's 1 with Ivy, and then there's 3 with Ceres.
Oof. Do either of you want a turn before the other one more?
Not really.
Nope.
All right, fuck him up, Ceres. Drop a guillotine on him.
More guillotines. Actually, maybe not more guillotines. Maybe we could do something even better. Because I don't like that these idiots keep hindering me. So, let's make sure they can't do... Well, there's just the 1 in melee? Or is it 2?
Yeah, there's just the 1 in the melee. The other 2 are not far away, but they're close enough to like throw webbing or spit poison at you.
I'm going to just fire off a bunch of locks and make sure they stay in place.
Okay.
Dice. 8, 10, 6. 5, 7, 1.
Nice.
Now, is this an attack or to hinder them or to what?
To hinder, basically lock them all down.
Okay. So with the 5 there.
I believe so.
Okay, 5 means a -2, and those are. Now, does yours strike just 1 or does it hit a bunch?
A bunch.
Okay. So yeah, those there as it the locks kind of catch them, and the one that's close by is still able to move a little bit, but it is definitely being hobbled by it, and the other 2 are locked down to the ground. Who do you want to hand it off to?
Let's go to Lexa, because I think that's the next turn.
Are we still in green or yellow?
It is green. It'll be coming on yellow at the end of this turn. I haven't added in how environment stuff works yet, but that'll be when you get into that guy's palace.
So there's one spider left. Yeah, I think without using an ability, the just like the little mouth balls just sort of swoop around and around this single spider and just start unloading on it.
Surprise! Chung, 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 chung.
Just like overkill this little boy if we can.
Mhm.
6.
Okay. So as that goes, remove that. I'm gonna add a d6, 5, and just that thing gets pounded into nothing. As it just and there's just a greenish smear that goes across the floor.
Yeah, I just wipe some more web from my arms and stuff.
All right, who do you want to hand it off to? There is I think the spiders are the only ones left this turn. There's no, you killed the spiders you had.
So is it new round?
Yep, it is now in yellow.
It's in yellow.
Yay!
I don't want to be selfish, but I kind of want to pass it off to myself because I got a cool ability.
Yeah, you
Fucking do it.
Do it.
Fucking do it.
How many spiders are there left?
There's the 3 that are on the 3 that are on Ceres.
They're not going anywhere.
Yeah, they've been kind of locked down.
Except to hell.
Yeah, I think like the mouths like open wider and wider, like, and just instead of like loads of cannons coming out, it just fires like a whole like 3 giant like cannonballs just fire out of the mouths. Just to wipe these people out. Let's go full broadside. Attack up to 3 different targets using explosive firepower. Apply your max dice to 1, your mid die to another, and your mid die to a third.
It should be min die. It should be.
Mid die. Yeah, I put mind.
Yeah. Your mind die.
If you roll doubles, take a minor twist or take damage equal to that die. Okay. Shit. Oh my god. That's doubles.
Oh my god.
So one of them takes 8 and the other 2 take 2 ones.
Okay.
I mean, I'm happy to take 1 damage. Unless you can think of a twist. More dangerous state. Oh no, this will actually work because it'll work and it'll probably be kind of okay from it. You're going to be separated from the rest of the group as a result of the action. It's like a cannon smashed like a wall and separates us.
No, I think basically you were because you weren't quite sure of how much because it's the first time. You were a little overconfident about how much you needed to brace yourself. As just you go flying backwards through the auditorium doors and into the theater.
Oh shit.
So, however, one of those is definitely dead. Another one will also be dead because it's at the D4. So, on the off chance, if this D6 is a 1, it dies as well. Okay, nope. So, we now just have one with a D4. Who are you handing it off to?
I'm going to pass it over to Ceres.
Yeah, the one of them that's near you is the only one still left. The other 2 just get annihilated with the basically a bombardment that comes in.
Good. I'm just going to bring the axe down on the last one.
Okay. And to be honest, you don't even actually have to roll on that one because it's got it's at a D4.
Yep.
Since there's nothing, it's got the -2 hindrance. It's not defending. So yeah, just. And there's a moment where like it gets kind of quiet again, and you notice that Ivy's blown herself into the next room.
So like I was flung from my persona and just like smashed through into the other room.
Yeah, well, probably with your persona as well. Like you didn't get braced enough for it. You're like, okay, next time, brace.
So
God.
like I laid out on the floor, like
Okay.
and my coat is somehow still on my shoulders.
I'm a bit sorry. Can we stop here for today?
Yeah, I was actually going to recommend that. Like, if you go into the auditorium to see how she's doing, the curtain would open, and there's Igor. With, welcome to the Velvet Room.
Oh, great.
And then it was a good place to end it for the evening.
Good.
Yeah, works for me.